You ever have one of those amazing $1 million ideas, but you stop right in your tracks because you start thinking about how much it's going to cost, how much time it's going to take to get started? Well, today we're going to totally flip that script. We're going to show you that the biggest thing holding you back isn't your wallet, it's your mindset. So let's demystify this whole prototyping thing together. Seriously, just for a second, think about it. When I say the word prototype, what's the first image that pops into your head? Is it something, I don't know, sleek, metallic, maybe with a glowing screen or a bunch of whirring parts? Yeah, I'm willing to bet for most of us, it's something kind of like this. A really polished, high investment, almost finished product. Something that took a whole team of engineers months and, a small fortune to build. And honestly, that image is intimidating. It kills so many great ideas before they even get a chance to breathe. But what if I told you that whole approach is not just intimidating, it's often flat out wrong? What if the most successful innovators actually start with something much, much simpler? It's time to completely rethink what a prototype is. Okay, so let's get into what I like to call the low-resolution superpower. This isn't just about saving a few bucks. Nope. This is a strategic weapon. It's all about learning faster than everyone else and finding the right answer without, breaking the bank. So what is it? Just look at the key words here: simple, inexpensive, and quick. And the most important word there is intentionally. We are purposefully stripping away all the polish and shine. The goal is not to build the final thing. The goal is to learn as much as we can, as fast as we can. And this right here is the crucial mindset shift. On one side, you have the old way, the high investment approach. The goal is get it right the first time, which creates this huge fear of failure because you've sunk so much time and money into it. But the low resolution approach, it flips that completely. The goal is just to learn. Failure isn't some disaster, it's just a piece of data that costs you almost nothing to get. So what are we actually talking about here? I mean, what does this stuff look like? We're talking about things you could make this afternoon, seriously. Sketches on a napkin, building a model of a new store layout with some cardboard boxes, or even just acting out a conversation with a customer. It's all about making your idea real in the quickest, cheapest way you can think of. I love this quote because it just nails it. You're not testing the fancy features or how pretty it looks. You're testing the absolute core of your idea, the fundamentals. Like, does this even make sense? Does it solve the problem I think it solves? When you keep it simple, you get rid of that fear and you get to the truth a whole lot faster. All right, so we get what a low-rust prototype is. Now, let's talk about where you can use this superpower. Because this is not just for people building the next gadget or app, no way. This is a tool for solving pretty much any kind of problem. And this is a really big deal. We get so stuck thinking that prototypes have to be physical things you can hold in your hand. But the exact same logic applies to things you can't touch, like experiences, services, digital flows, you name it. If you can imagine it, you can probably prototype it. I mean, think about it. How do you improve that confusing checkout process on a website? How do you test a new check-in system for patients at a hospital? Or how do you design a coffee shop layout that actually works? The answer is the same for all of them. You build a really simple version and you see what people do. Here's a perfect example. Instead of spending thousands on new software and training for a new customer service process, just have your team act it out. Role play it. I guarantee you'll instantly find awkward phrases or confusing steps that you would never ever see on a spreadsheet. Or imagine this. You're redesigning a store. Before you even think about calling contractors, just grab some cardboard and tape. Lay out the new floor plan in an empty room and watch how people actually move through it. Do they get stuck? Do they miss the most important products? You can learn so much before you spend a single dime on construction. And of course, in the digital world, this is everything. Simple, clickable wireframes, just basic boxes and lines you can tap on, can reveal almost all of the major usability problems before a single line of code gets written. Just think about the hundreds, maybe thousands of engineering hours that saves. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you're building. The purpose is always the same. It's about finding those hidden icebergs, those flawed assumptions and problems you didn't see coming when they're small and easy to steer around, not when you're at full speed ahead with the finished product. Okay, so let's bring all this home. How do you actually put this stuff to work? This isn't just some theory for giant companies. It's a practical tool for you right now. Think of this as your official license to go learn. And this, for me, is the most empowering part. You don't need permission from anyone. You don't need a big budget or some fancy degree to start testing your ideas. All you need is a question you want to answer and just a little bit of creativity. This whole approach gives everyone a seat at the table. And here's the roadmap. It's really this simple. Step 1, what's the biggest, riskiest belief you have about your idea? Step 2, how could you test that in the next 24 hours for less than, say, $20? Step 3, show it to somebody, and then just shut up and listen. And 4, based on what you learned, either make the idea better or, and this is important, have the guts to just throw it away and move on to the next one. This right here, this is the secret sauce. It's probably the hardest but most important piece of the puzzle. You have to attach your ego from your idea. The goal is not to prove that you were right all along. The goal is to learn what actually works. The moment you embrace that, everything changes. Your ideas will get better, faster than you ever thought possible. So I'm going to leave you with this question, a little bit of homework. Forget the big, complex 5-year plan for a minute. What's the single biggest if in your project, in your business, maybe even in a personal goal? And how could you build a simple $5 experiment to get a real answer tomorrow? Go find out.